So here we are with Rob, and let's say, Rob, that we want to design a warehouse. So
Okay.
where do we start?
We should probably get a floor plan.
Probably true. So something like a low quality JPEG type of a scenario.
Oh, yeah, that's not how they usually come.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll just drag that in.
Okay.
And what would be next? Kind of scaling the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need a scale. Scale will help.
Yeah.
We also probably need some walls.
Yeah.
We probably need to start defining the space before we start trying to put APs.
Yep. And
Look, there's measurements.
there is measurements, but then like AI can easily fail. So
Yes.
you know, we probably want to
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify, exactly. And in the case of AI, do not even trust. Always verify. Unless you're doing
trust but research.
Exactly, but it's like for pre-sales cases like where you just want to show like an AP moving on the map. Maybe that's
good. Yeah.
Otherwise, just make sure it works. But then, what's next?
So we've got the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, we haven't gotten walls yet. You just did scale.
Yeah, that's
How do we?
true.
I mean, now I'm going to start drawing walls.
Yes, exactly, and shelves
and shelves and things of that nature.
Just so we know the object.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They're already done.
They are done.
What happened here? You see, where's my boxes?
Yeah, man.
Or actually, why do I have so many boxes?
Boxes on boxes on boxes. Yeah, that's a new thing. That's kind of cool. So okay, we have the shelves and
I think you're underplaying how cool those boxes are.
Yeah, they are.
Can we go back and
cool,
take a look at them real quick?
Of course. Some kind of a. Oh, that was too fast.
Ooh, yeah, that's very TikTok of you.
I know.
Zoom in and zoom out,
Yeah, I'm into all that kind of stuff.
I mean, but in all seriousness, having a visual representation is really good, and taking something from just a blank box to something that actually looks like what you're doing is actually helpful.
Yeah,
So as much as we're having fun with it, it's actually
absolutely
very important.
And then you'll put in the heights of the shelves and things
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
And if you if you happen to know a little bit like what the shelves are made out of, what's in the shelves, that kind of stuff, that would greatly help, right?
Yes.
But let's say that's all done.
Okay.
Then AP. So for this sizable warehouse, like what would you use?
Well, it really depends. I mean, whenever you're doing a warehouse, in my experience, you end up, if you're going to do what they quote-unquote proper design, you might actually end up with more APs than you have people working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And
That's not
just-
great, is it?
It depends on your budget and depends on what your warehouse is.
Yeah.
So you need to really have that kind of conversation about requirements.
Yep.
Typically, though, if we're designing, I need my warehouse to work 24/7 every day of the week.
Yeah.
I'm going to use an external antenna with a patch antenna,
Mhm.
external AP with a patch antenna, and then I'm going to actually start putting the RF where people are. So down the aisles.
Down the aisles.
We've
Okay.
kind of changed the mechanism. It's like this is kind of basic RF. You want the RF where the people are.
All right, so you would take something like an external antenna AP, like AP47E, let's say 2456 mode to
Yeah.
get that capacity.
Hopefully, you're in a country that allows the external 6.
Exactly.
You know.
But let's say we are.
We're in the magic world of RF is our oyster.
Exactly.
And we can do whatever we like.
Yeah, no regulations whatsoever.
So, and then we take what I think you came up with a really nice name for it, the battle axe.
I never came up with that.
Well, I heard it for the first time from you, so I think
look
it's
at that.
yours.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been using this antenna for years.
You've been away from America for too long, man.
And now it's the battle axe.
Now it's the battle axe, I guess.
It was a 13. It's the full warehouse. So.
These
there
guys,
we go.
I guess,
Yeah.
right? I'm not sure if this is actually the battle axe, but that's the idea.
It
right?
looks-
You
yeah,
shoot it down the aisle like this, right?
So, yeah.
It kind of cuts down the aisle. Yeah, exactly. Bzz.
And so when you're putting
Oh,
these.
did I take the right one or no? I lost it, Joe. I lost
13,
it.
13, down. There, yeah, one of the.
Oh, that would be a wider one. That would be a wider one.
Yeah, that one would work.
That one would work, but maybe we want something
Yeah,
more.
more battle axy.
More battle axis.
Especially because the way you did the height, I think we're doing up at 9 meters.
Yeah,
You want a little.
Yeah, that's right. We do have that.
So we need a little bit of oomph.
Okay.
So yeah. So I like that one.
So we'll do that.
Yes.
And okay, we'll probably put it on 2, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll probably disable 6
Yes.
if we're living in this
So
reality.
This is a good actual example here. Is we're putting things up before you change the height. make sure you, when you're doing your designs, that you orientate your AP appropriately.
Exactly right.
Because
and for this kind of external antennas, I like to use the custom mount, just so that I have full control over it. I can tilt it any way I want,
which is lovely.
And now it's like pointing down. Pointing right
and
down.
Adjusted north-south, so that way the antenna
exactly right
is where you want it.
And then
and so see what we've done here is what we let's go in the middle. I like the middle. Not the I like the middle.
Yeah, because it kind of like axes its way through
down there. And so what you've done is you've essentially removed the shells from the equation. Yeah. Because like now let's go ahead and like we were showing this earlier where you have your shelves. Let's take a look at 3D. It's my favorite mode. We always work in 3D. Change the density or the attenuation of the shelves.
All right, let's change the attenuation of the shelves. I do need to go back to 2D for that.
Not everything can be done in 3D.
Exactly, that's where you do most of the edits. So that was shelf warehouse, right? Yep. And we'll put it to, instead of 2 dB per meter, we'll put it to 5. Yep. And maybe now it doesn't radiate so much through the So now it's contained fully.
But look at your aisle.
By the shelves.
And that's the thing, is your aisle is where you want your people.
Yep.
That's where you are.
Exactly right.
And so this is what you're doing here is you're actually putting the RF, you're taking the shells out of the equation. Yeah. Because the shells are the hardest thing. And so, and if we're doing redundancy, you've done a very nice job here where you're actually hoping that bleed, that little bit of bleed that does come. Yeah,
exactly. Which we just killed by over attenuating the shells.
Yeah, over attenuating the shells. But
and we'll let's put it back somehow. There we go.
So as what we're doing is we're also building in a little bit of redundancy at the same time.
Exactly. You could at the ends you could use some kind of
typically at the ends, if you go to the sparse, we would use more of an omni or a patch.
All right. What kind of patch?
Just a straight 60-60, something that, because when you get outside of the aisles, maybe not this aisle, because I think right here, if you're going to have these aisles, this actually gives you a proper roaming area. Yeah. So, because remember, yellow isn't bad. Yeah. People, we've got to get out of this mentality of green is good. You want yellow. You need to be able to roam. Red, probably not as awesome. But you want some roaming space. You want yellow because you don't want that client to stick everywhere. Okay. So having a little bit of yellow isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, it's probably not the end of the world.
So I'm a big fan of you. See, I'm not a big fan of down the aisles like that, but that's a me. I like them in the middle of the aisle where. Because again, put the RF where the people are. Alternate, so every other aisle. So you can almost do them in a grid pattern. So it's almost something that an auto planner could do, as long as your map is
exactly.
As long as your map is
maybe
accurate.
One of these days. And
one of these days.
I'll make it a little bit lighter so we can see better between the shelves.
So actually, if you go, can you zoom out for a second for me?
Yes, sir.
Let's delete those two APs.
All right. Have it your way, Rob.
Thank you,
Have it your way.
Now take a look. As you can see here, where's your red? Only in the shelves.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it is a little bit in the at the ends here.
But are you scanning there?
I am a little bit. So let's say somebody has.
We would make some adjustments here, obviously. Yeah. So if anything, we might need to move this AP a little this way, a little that way.
Yep. That's fine.
But again, you are simply you want to make sure that you're not over RF.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we don't want to carpet bomb the space.
Exactly. So what I would do is every other aisle I would probably not battle axe it, but use something else. But you wouldn't.
I would actually maybe make some adjustments to the duration, to where those APs are.
All right.
So if you delete those, let's move. So if we take a look, let's take before we go up, let's scroll out and take a look at the whole thing. Maybe not that far. You're just moving them all. I like that. Just pick up and go.
There you go.
All right, take a look.
Yeah. Oh, did I mess up the antenna types or AP types, by the way, for these? I did. This is why you want to verify, right?
Yes. Always trust but verify.
Oh, that's a weird pattern right there.
Yeah, that did not look like the same pattern, did it?
Exactly. So I want 13-6s all the way here as well. Yep. So I'll just 13-6 my way through that, which is this guy. Yep. And it was 90-degree down till...
And it was custom, not Whirlpool.
There, you're right. Although, to be fair, it's probably going to be... Oh, there we go.
They have to be rotated.
They do have to be rotated as well. There we go.
I like that bulk rotate, by the way. That's nice. That could save some time.
Yeah, it could. It could.
But now, as you see here,
yeah, it's starting to look a lot better. That's true. So I would still be concerned about this guy, though.
But this is right here, as I'm looking at. So if we've done this, and as you can see, we didn't put that AP here.
Yep.
So let's move that AP so it matches its friends.
But you said alternate. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we just saved some money by not putting any APs on the walls at the ends.
Exactly. And now we've created...
I hate it when you know better, Rob.
It happens every once a year.
Come on.
So as we're going through, like, we've missed an AP right there, as you can see. But this is a good representation of... There's an AP that should be right there.
Yeah, that's true. I missed the pattern. Yeah,
it's one of those things.
I missed an entire shelf, didn't I?
Yeah, you missed a row.
Yeah, an entire row. So I'll just... There we go. Happy now, Rob?
A little bit happier. We'll get there. We're getting there. We're getting there. And now we've got it, obviously up there.
Yep.
And so what we've done here is we've created a nice roaming space around the shelves. So you're not going to stick, because that's another problem, is when we start using omnis, we start using... we haven't gone to this side of the...
Yeah.
But these open areas, I'd use more of a patch. I wouldn't use that same antenna.
Yeah.
And in some cases, depending upon what you're doing and what's on the other side, like if you have truck or trailers that you need to get to the backup, you'd probably put even omnis on these pillars. Okay. Because now you're actually using those shelves to attenuate the omnis.
Got it.
Because here you need more of a coverage base. It's because warehouses aren't capacity. They're generally not a capacity-based design. It's more about coverage.
What if I used AP47D here?
Oh, AP47D is a good choice.
It's my favorite. You can put it on the ceiling.
Yes.
It'll still radiate, I would guess, way down.
Yep. Let's try. 9 meters up. 9 meters AP47.
There you go. Yeah, and you don't need that many either, unless there's like a lot of capacity and stuff like that.
I would move these more towards the center. Like I wouldn't want this that close to an aisle. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. No. Keep them because you got to remember.
Yeah.
We have the these are coming out to the end of the aisle. So you have your battle axe here shooting RF all the way behind the aisle.
Yeah.
You don't want things to stick.
Yeah.
So this is more. You've kind of segmented this into two different designs almost.
Yep.
Your warehouse shelving and then your open space.
Excellent. And then maybe one more here in the
the electrical room.
Yes, exactly. That's what exactly.
Or actually, you might need 7 in there because that's where they keep the 700 devices that they have. And for some reason, they decided they needed like 14 DPs there. But Yeah.
All right. So that's better. So, thank you.
Now, and here's the thing: we've got to always have the conversation. This is a really good redundancy-based warehouse design.
Yeah.
Now, if you have 3 guys here that if the warehouse closes down for a day, you don't lose any money, this might be excessive.
Yeah.
You might just need to take omnis and stick them on each end and be fine.
But that's
this is a conversation about a conversation about requirements.
Yep.
So like I said, we should probably adjust the fact that some of those APs are in the shelves. But
they're actually not. If you look at 2D, they're bare. They are.
Oh, okay.
But I did do a sloppy job. They are. You're absolutely right. I was trying to be right and failed again. But yeah.
But no, I mean, so as we're talking about warehouses, this is first of all, the 3D helps a lot.
Yeah.
So you can actually, because what people don't understand is when you're looking at these warehouses, you need to see these shelves. You need to kind of see where the AP is, where the shelf is, how it is.
Yeah, how high is the shelf? Did I model it properly?
Because here's another thing. Yeah. If I didn't pay attention, that AP might actually be under the shelf, and I might carpet bomb this because I'm actually doing APs below the shelf.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how many times I have seen people put a shelf in a design, and they're like, it's a 6-meter shelf, but I left the APs at a default height of 2.5 meters.
Yep, exactly. So it's good to verify that's a good point. It's good to verify not just the building structure, but also the AP layout.
Yeah, because then you start to see, it's like, oh, that AP's in the middle of the shelves. Why is that AP in the middle of the shelf? Yeah,
that's true.
And now it's just another mechanism for for verifying and validating.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.